Okay, good morning. Good morning. My apologies. I forgot that I was on mute once again. I was saying that I wanted to find my lip gloss and that I just had it on me, but for some reason I just can't seem to find it. It was literally just in my hand, and I'm truly concerned about that. Truly concerned about that. But good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Ooh, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Ooh. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Okay. Listen, Linda. We get ready to talk a little bit about the baddies this morning. We're also going to be uh, talking about a few more things because, girl. So first of all, I don't know if y'all tuned into my slam session on Teahive Bookclub last night. It was it went very well. Lots of people enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it went super duper well, like as in like nothing went wrong because there were a few technical difficulties, but it went well in the sense that the poetry was read. I read my poem BDE a few times. I'm about to do some editing. Oh, that's what that sound was. It was a game on my other phone that I was playing with my butt cheeks. Okay, I thought my oxalotl was making sounds, and I was like, dang, what he's making all these sounds? I'm like, it's like won't, won't, pop, pop. And it was me playing this game with my butt cheeks, y'all. I am so sorry to Nani, who I asked to get up out of her bed for that. Oops. Anyway, I thought it was your oxalotl. I really did. I was sitting on the game. Anyways, y'all. So yeah, the slam session went well last night on Teahive Bookclub. But look, check this out. I know that I said that I'm gonna put the videos of me living my life on here on this channel, um, on private because I'm now doing that on Teahive Book Club and telling my, you know what I mean, documenting my life on that channel, but with context this time. And but I've decided to leave the videos that are here for now. Some of them, many of them, will be put on membership. The other ones will be put on just I'll just leave them there. I might put them on a playlist until it's time for them to go on the other channel. So just FYI on the update. But yeah, y'all, let's get some interactions in here. Let's get the like buttons up. What are we doing? We're not doing anything. Let's get it going in this room. Like, let's just get it going in this room and let's get the likes up. I really need us to get some real humans up in here and not just all of the trolls and robots. I need more than just the trolls and robots to come in my room. Okay? And when you come in, I need you to participate. And I need you to speak and to talk and to throw diamonds and do what we normally do. So, man eats pants. I didn't say you was a bot. I'm talking about the bots that come in here. If you are on more than just this live, you'll see that there's a lot of bots that come in here and they may regurgitate uh, old messages that people have already said to me before, and it'll do that. So you just have to, you know, kind of got to get around it. But anyway, okay. So baddies. Let's get into baddies because that's what this video was for, and I know it's got a playback on it, so it's okay. So let's get into baddies, y'all. Okay, I'm showing you Baddies Africa. Now this picture is, of course, for their returning cast, but we've already seen the returning cast. We know Rolly, Scotty, Anna Mac came, Beauty, Diamond the Body, Ivory, Big Lex, Summer, Bad Dolly, Pretty P. We had Fauna, Cold Killer, um, Russian, K Rican. I mean, we just had it. I'm finna pull up the whole cast on my other phone, but I watched the whole season. Why? Because my baby watched the season with me, and we enjoyed watching and seeing what the heck they got going on the other side of right. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now, because Baddies Africa is on the other side of right. how Baddies Africa is different for me than the Baddies Gone Wild. It seemed like those girls were bigger and in a more of a stable situation than all of the rest of whatever was going on with Baddies Gone Wild cast, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, let me just say this: I never felt so bad for anyone when when Tavy Baby first came in that house. I thought that she was a heavy hitter. She has the look of someone that I probably would be intimidated by. If they tried to fight me, I probably think twice, like, dang, that's a big bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I really thought that she was going to do her ones and twos. You know, she came in with a good heart. She was having what's the young lady's name? I'm what's the girl name? The daggone Nani, tell me what that girl name is. Not Choco, but the other one. LCK. Okay. When LCK was getting into her altercations in the beginning of the show, once they got to Africa, okay, Tavy really had her back. Like, Tavy really had LCK's back. And I thought her and Russian and LCK were going to continue to be friends. I never thought that that situation would fall apart with Tavy trying to fight all these small ass females in a house and then going back trying to apologize for trying to fight all these little small ass females and then saying she wasn't apologizing, she was just keeping it real. You know, it just went crazy. And then it to me, I feel like Tavy tried to play two sides. She's a soft woman who tried to play too hard, but she doesn't mind fighting, but she can't fight. Tavy cannot fight. Tavy cannot fight. Tavy cannot fight. Come over here. We're gonna do this together. Come over here. Come over here. So come over here. You can lay and talk. You up talking. Come lay on this side then. So Nani is saying Tavy can fight. She came on her story and said she's only 5'5", and she was fighting Big Lex as many times as she was. Now we know Big Lex that's a tall broad. That's a tall ass female. And I was mad at Big Lex for constantly beating up on Tavy like that. I did not like that. That was absolutely horrible. But no, on camera she seemed like she's one of those big heavy hitting ass females, like she's just big as hell. And yeah, but she don't hit that hard. She can't fight. She was fighting with her head down. Tavy got her eyes split open 3-4 times in a row. Why would you keep, first of all, fighting somebody that you know keeps damaging you like that? At one point or another, you have to use wisdom and let that shit go. You cannot keep trying to fight somebody or trying to fight for something, whether it be your reputation or whatever the fuck it is, and keep getting beat the fuck down and expect the shit to work the next time. That is literally the definition of insanity. Is to continue to repeat the same shit over and over again and get the same fucking results and continue to fight. Tavy needed to stop fighting Big Lex, and Big Lex is not gonna turn down a fade because they whole model, her, Summer, and Bad Dolly, their whole model, the big three, is ain't no bitch finna take my job. That's their whole motto of their group. That's why they are a group of girls together. That's the whole point. That they're finna catch all phase, and if they gotta do it together, they're gonna do it together. That's the point of their alliance. Tavy, unfortunately, you know, and here's the thing about Tavy. You fought. You fought this girl once you fought her 3 times, we get it. We got it. It's cool. You don't have to keep doing it. Once you go into the 9th, 10th fight, I'm like, why is this whole season full of this woman getting her eye beat up? And they ain't stopping it. She's going to have that split on her eye for the rest of her entire fucking life. And I just feel bad for the girl. I tell you right now, I just feel bad for her. Anna Mac, as we know, her ass didn't make it through the season, honey. She wanted to fight Natalie. And as y'all know, Natalie is having this battle of the CEO right now. Even though Rolly didn't quit the show. Um, Rolly did play a big role on Baddies Africa this season. Natalie wasn't there because they don't know, but Natalie's not telling them she's not telling her left hand what her right hand is doing. Like, Natalie is literally just starting other shows and auditioning new casts and going and booking club venues and all this other shit without them. And then she comes back and they think she ain't doing shit and she ain't there. And she's let that roll, to the point where now they're talking about they the CEO. Love you, Rolly, but your big, husky,
I think she could be CEO. I feel like
I don't feel like she could be CEO at all. Nani feels like Rolly could be CEO. I feel like she needs to sit the fuck down. I don't feel like Rolly has enough clout to be CEO. You have to have clout to be the CEO. Like, and I'm not just talking about clout in the public eye, which Rolly doesn't have. Because Rolly beats up on those small ass females, and people don't like that. But um, I'm talking about clout in a sense that you can walk in these clubs, that you can have a team talk to these people, book these venues, that they automatically know your face and who you are and, who your husband is and all this stuff that Natalie can do. She has clout. It's not just her, it's her husband, it's her backing, it's her reputation, it's all of it. So, Rolly, can she play Natalie's role? Fuck no, she can't do it.
she
It doesn't,
can.
she cannot. She can play Natalie's assistant. That's what she can do.
That's starting.
She can play Natalie's assistant. That's what she can do. And I don't even like Natalie like that. But I'm just being real. Rolly doesn't have the backing and the clout that Natalie has. She just doesn't. Natalie's husband is a famous ball player. That man can walk into anywhere and get his wife to talk to anybody at this point, many people. So of course she's gonna forge connections that just any old black female with knock knees ain't gonna be able to forge. Like, that's not gonna happen. These girls are getting surgeryed up for a reason. They look a certain way for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, people know when you stand on business about entertainment when you do all that shit to your body. That's really what it is. They know where you belong, what group you belong to in the entertainment industry when you start doing certain things. And Rolly doesn't, she just doesn't have that. She doesn't have the team. She doesn't have the backing. What are we even talking about? Okay, I was okay with her beating up Russian Cream though. I was
She needs to
okay.
get beat up
Russian
again.
Cream, Russian Cream needs her ass beat again. I don't know what's wrong with that girl, but I think she has a different perspective than most people. I do, and so I understand. But I did not like Russian Cream on the season. She came across weak and wanting to not be weak. That's how she
Right?
came across.
Somebody.
She came across weak and wanting to not be weak and wanting to present herself in a way that wasn't weak. What was weak as fuck was the going back and forth and telling this person said this and that person said that. This person was saying this and that person was saying that. And before the season started, them bitches said they wanted to fight you and they was gonna do that. That was weak as fuck. Like, you gotta remember, I was in prison with a whole bunch of bitches for years, and I never ever, not once, went back and was like, yeah, this person said this, that, and the other, and that person said whoopty whoop, bam, bam, bam. You don't do shit like that in that type of setting. And you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't trying to be the person that they look at like, wait, what did you say she said? And now you gotta re-say what you said. And if you re-say that shit wrong in any capacity, you're going to be the blame. If you re-say that shit wrong to one person, you're going to be the blame. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, you're gonna say the shit wrong to somebody because that's why they arguing and want to know what you said in the first place. That's why they came and you like, wait, what you say? She said. That's the whole point. Like, that shit was weak as fuck. I didn't like that about Russian Cream. I hate that about women. That shit's not cute. Stop doing that. If you're a woman and you do that shit, stop fucking doing it. It's ridiculous. Like, the messy shit is crazy to me. But anyway, so so then fucking Russian Cream decides that she wants to take off on LCK. And I was just like,
Weak and smooth.
LCK clearly can't fight. Like, I feel like if LCK could fight, Rolly would have really rolled her ass up. I don't think Rolly was gonna turn down no fades
She definitely
for the
wasn't.
season. So of course she's
Everybody
not
was
gonna turn
scared.
down LCK's fade. But like, I don't think she rolled her up like she could have. What you say, Nani?
I feel like everybody didn't want to beef with Rolly.
Nobody wanted to beef with Rolly because Rolly was running the house. There's a difference between being the CEO and running the house. You know what I'm saying? Like on Baddies Gone Wild. What's the girl name? The fat one with the tooth missing.
I know who you're talking
I'm
about.
gonna figure it out. She was running the house. Okay,
Daisy.
Daisy. Daisy was running the house. TT wanted to run the house, but Daisy was running that house. And it's the same thing with Rolly. Rolly's Daisy Senior. Like, girl, you were running the house. You're not the CEO. Anyway, I really feel like Rolly would have beat the fuck out of both of them if she really wanted to, but I didn't mind if she beat the fuck out of Russian Cream. When Russian Cream stormed off that show, because she once again went back telling this person said this and they said they was gonna do this and that, and then went back and told another person, yeah, she said da da da, and LCK pointed it out, and she wanted to run off that show because you want to be injured, you want to have injury reserve and be injured and have your arm injured, but you want to fight somebody and take off on people when you're injured. And then once LCK got up and was ready to catch your fade, like fuck that, you lied on me. Now you want to run off the show because you injured, but you took off on that girl while you're injured. Make it make sense, my dear kind people. Make that shit make sense. How you gonna take the hell off on somebody and you are on injury reserve? Girl, I would have beat your ass with your own cast. I would have snatched that shit right off your broke arm and fucked your ass up with that shit. You would have needed a cast on your face. Fuck are we talking about? No, ma'am. Like that's just not what? Girl, please. And Lord knows, I really hope she shows up to the reunion because I want to see what goes on. What goes on at the reunion? Now let's talk about Big Lex, who end up running after Russian Cream, but then afterward being like, "Oh yeah, I was trying to tell her she was wrong." Girl, don't nobody want your big ass running after them, telling them they wrong. That girl probably was scared out of her mind, thinking you was gonna try to start a confrontation with her and fight her instead of have her back. And that's probably why the hell she ran down the street like Forrest Gump, scared that the goddamn she probably saw Big Bird coming and was like, "Oh shit, Big Lex is telling me I'm wrong. This bitch finna try to fade me. Let me get the fuck out of here. If I say one wrong thing to this girl, she finna be trying to fight in the street. Let me go." I would have left too. You a big ass, big fucking, what the fucky? Yes, I'm watching the reunion today, Big November Scorpio. Like, sorry, I had too many trolls in here, so I didn't see you on here, baby. I'm sorry. Good morning, Vernicia Owens. Um, am I twins? With who? Are you about to say something ignorant or are you gonna say something good, girl? But anyway, but so yeah, I would have been running from Big Lex, big doofy, goofy, big foot, slew foot ass too. What the hell? Light skin, skinny, knock kneed, big lip. Instead, I don't trust her face. I don't trust her face at all. I don't. Big Lex was heavy hitting this season though. That bitch, ooh, Big Lex was. Big Lex was fucking everybody up this season. A Big Lex said she is the reason for the season, yeah. Okay? Natalie had to bring the big three back for Baddies USA. There's no way she couldn't. The big three ran through shit this season, with the exception of that one time that Bad Dolly got scared of Ivory, and we're going to talk about that shortly. But with the exception of that, the big three, boy, when I tell you them motherfuckers, boy, The big three was knocking shit out. And Big Lex was really, really doing her due diligence to make sure she put bitches down. Now, I think the reason why she didn't put Scotty down is because Scotty is the real CEO, not the CEO of Baddies, but the CEO of the network. Because people keep comparing him to and don't know what the fuck they talking about. It's so sad to see the internet be like, Natalie isn't the CEO, Lemmy is. Y'all couldn't be that slow. You couldn't. You're not. You're not that slow. You're not. You're not at all. Natalie is the CEO of Baddies, which she probably has a copyright trademark on. And Lemuel is the CEO of the network. Zeus, which hosts the show, Baddies. And it's just sad to see roll the internet and see people saying dumb shit like, Natalie, like y'all not slow like that. Don't be that slow. Don't do that. That's not cute. But anyway, the reason why I think Big Lex didn't put down Scotty is because she's Lemmy's girlfriend. Period. Point blank. And she be really popping ass for him. And she's doing her due diligence over there with him. Okay, she is doing her due diligence. I'm telling you, I see her and I'm like, damn, he's doing everything possible to make her feel secure. And I'm not to go back on this, but I've had a situation where somebody, it felt like they were, and then they started doing things like snatching that shit back. And it's not like that between her and Lemmy. I can see that it's a steady, beautiful road of positivity and him just constantly showing her, I'm into you. I am into you. I dig you. And I want to stay there with this feeling. The stability of it all is wonderful. Speaking of segue, I'm going to be having a podcast on Teahive Book Club about dating people who are undiagnosed bipolar. I have somebody on there that is going to tell their story. And how it can be a roller coaster from day to day. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, with Big Legs being a part of the big three, I think that shit went well for the other two. Bad Dolly know damn well she was wrong. She know damn well she was wrong, baby, for trying to pretend like. Okay, so let's back up to Bad Dolly and her season. She had her little ones and twos. It really wasn't no really real big deal. She fought Diamond the Body, uh, and it was what it was because she took off on Diamond the Body took off on Choco, because Bad Dolly bought Choco into her room, and Diamond the Body was like, "Bitch, you not finna come take over my room, bink," and just took off on Choco, and so Bad Dolly kind of like not only did she have a storyline with the big three and everything else she was beefing about, but then she had because she was didn't like the whole kiss Natalie ass and not kiss Natalie ass thing that was going on as well. Um, but she she created a storyline when she put Choco against Diamond the Body. Okay, so that was good for the show, and I think that's why she got on Baddies USA. Okay, as well as her being a part of the big three. What I didn't like for this season, I didn't like that all of them were trying to pick on the little three, which is Fauna, K Rican, and Co Killer. Okay, I didn't like that they were trying to pick on the little three, and that bothered me because those are some big ass women. You know what I'm saying? They're big bodied women. The little three, those three they're little. You know, so when Bad Dolly started beefing with Ivory, I was like, okay, this is appropriate. I was ready. I was like, bitch, you better get that bitch. Oh, get her. Get her and let me see what you're going to do. Because you keep trying to pick on a little three. This is a heavy hitter that's heavy hitting with you. Let's figure it out. Right? Man, so you start seeing you start seeing Dolly and Ivory fight. And I really feel like Dolly got the best of Ivory. I really felt like that.
She was drunk.
But when that bitch got up and went to the kitchen to go get a knife, ran. When Bad Dolly got up and ran through the house and went to the kitchen and was holed up in the kitchen with a knife, I said, oh, hell no. Ain't no way. No way. Hold on, Big November Scorpio. Hold on. Hold on. Ain't no way that this girl actually went into this kitchen and picked up a knife. I was like, okay, okay. When I tell you my, well, how do I feel about Big Lex and Tashiki? I'm trying to answer your question with adequacy. Okay. So, really quickly, and this is for you, November Scorpio. The way that I feel, okay, you know the big three has fallen apart. Just real quickly. You know, they really have fallen apart. And they're not really, they don't really, I feel like, I feel like those two are going to end up really going at it because they want that storyline, and because it's Baddies USA, and because on this latest Baddies Africa, I feel like Natalie made it clear, like, when she wanted those girls to fight and they were standing around, like when Pretty P was just standing there and Natalie was telling her, like, Diamond just took off on me, go take off on that bitch. And Pretty P was like, what am I taking off on Diamond for? Like, no. And everybody else was just standing there. She's made it very clear, like, she doesn't want to deal with that on the new season or any new season, and that she was going to make sure that Baddies USA was extra turned up, and that we were never going to have to deal with people standing around when she say move ever again and all that shit. So I think the two of them are really going to go at it, but I don't think that Big Legs should be getting involved in Summer's beefs. Like, this really started when Big Legs got involved trying to defend Summer, and Summer talked too fucking much, and she needs to shut up. I hated Summer on this season of Baddies Africa because because um, she came in. First of all, she left. Okay, she left, and before she left, she really wasn't on the shit. But what the hell, her homegirls was on. Like, like we fuck with Natalie, and they don't fuck with Natalie, and it's the battle of the who fucks with Natalie's. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Um, but she left and she came back. She came back hot and ready. Okay, she, y'all, as we know, before she left, she put Pretty P's watch in the pond, in the Africa house, and so Pretty P needed that fade. So that's how she came back in. I just feel like it was easier for her, instead of her keep fighting Pretty P, or to find bigger beef, which she did talk shit, but I'm talking about like bigger beef. It was easier for her to keep fighting the little three for her storylines. And I didn't like that. She kept fucking with K Rican and Fauna. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just kept picking with them because they was easy targets, I think, throughout the season. And I just felt like Summer could have did way better. I also feel like Pretty P was weak as fuck this season too. She was weak as fuck this season, running to Natalie crying. Have y'all heard Natalie's new videos about Pretty P? I think they might catch a fade at the reunion, child. I don't even know. Um, but I think that Pretty P and Natalie gonna fade. I think Diamond the Body and Natalie gonna fade. I think K Rican and the little three and all of them gonna fade. I think Russian Cream probably shouldn't show up. Um, I think the big three gonna act a damn fool. I'm sure. Um, I think they're gonna act a complete fool at the reunion and be bouncing around and acting crazy. Scotty, I don't think she needs to be on Baddies no more. Scotty, I don't think she's bringing shit to the table. I really don't. I don't think that at this point she's bringing a sexy look and shit. And she's willing to fight if somebody wants to fight her. But other than that, she's just walking around, sitting around, smoking. She ain't doing shit. She don't really have a storyline. She's just on the cast. You know, what about them bringing Amber Rose's niece in? Amber Rose, Tommy, and Amber Rose's niece in at the last few minutes of the show. Bitch, if you don't get that little ridiculous, like, and then when she ran up to a female, she ran up to Diamond the Body and got her ass beat. Why y'all bring Amber Rose niece on this show and embarrass the fuck, holy fuck, out of that girl like that? And I was surprised Diamond beat her up like that. I was really surprised that Diamond beat that girl up like that. I was not expecting Diamond to do, because I don't feel like Diamond could fight either. I just don't. I feel like Diamond do stupid shit. And so it's just crazy, craziness. Like when it comes to that situation, when I seen this girl come in and get introduced as Amber Rose's niece and then just run up and fight Diamond the Body, not knowing what was going on mid conversation. It made her come across as just like, you have so many issues, girl. Like, you too desperate for this show. And then sat back the rest of the way of the show and didn't say or do shit the rest of the way. Oh, this isn't my business. Bitch, neither was that in the first place. So I don't feel like she um or Scotty at this point need to be on the show. And honestly, I would say neither does Diamond the Body, but if Natalie doesn't want people trying to take off on her, she needs to stop pulling her shoes off and, you know what I'm saying, sitting her bags down when she sees certain people. She's done that shit. And she's talked shit like shit. Oh, I thought you was about to run up. And she's okay. It's okay for you to defend yourself as the boss with Diamond the Body. Because I don't want to say I think Diamond the Body shouldn't come back. But we all know she took off on Natalie. And Natalie's a CEO, and Natalie is obviously saying she's not coming back. But she's saying Diamond's not coming back because her nose is broke. And she can't come back. This is what Natalie is saying on social media. Diamond can't come back because her nose is broke. And she can't come back. Um, and keep it real, but she was saying, like, bitch, you wasn't coming back anyway because you fought the boss, right? I don't want to say Diamond the Body shouldn't come back, but um, I don't know. To me, the situation is she did fight her boss. But again, if Natalie doesn't want her employees trying to fight her, then stop fighting them. Stop. Make it very clear that this ain't that. And if you have to beat their ass, they automatically off the show, and there's no return. Put that shit in their contracts. They're not to try to fight you. I think Natalie wants to toggle between the cast and the CEO, and it is not okay. If y'all saw what I saw right now when I looked to the side just now, y'all would be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, my oxalotl was just staring dead at me with all of his tentacles up like this and shit, and just like weird. But anyway, but yeah, didn't like that. So let's talk about the little three. The little three being Cold Killer, Fauna, and Russian Cream. Oh my goodness, they fucking big ones on this season. And to see Fauna get that necklace, that was crazy as hell. It's crazy that Bad Dolly took the necklace off of Tavy's neck, but they didn't try that shit with Fauna. And I think it might be because Bad Dolly don't have no alliances, and they know that they got to stand alone. Like when it come to LCK and Pretty P and those type of girls, they know that them girls are having to stand alone. Russian Cream. Wait, did I just say? Who did I just say? Was in the? Did I say Cold Killer? Not Russian Cream. I'm sorry. Cold Killer. The little three is Cold Killer, Fauna, and what's the other one name? Cold Killer, Fauna, and K Rican. K Rican. Not Russian Cream. We couldn't stand her. My bad. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to remember what I was trying to say. Oh, they didn't try that shit with Fauna. When Fauna got her necklace, they didn't try that shit with the little three because the little three came in that bitch stumping shit. And they had an alliance. I think that they picked on people that they saw were standing alone this season. But the big three was definitely bullying. They definitely was stumping down. They definitely was not giving a fuck this season. And that shit was crazy. Now, Ivory was big body and shit. She really didn't get into no altercations until she had to beat the hell out of Bad Dolly. That really was like the first altercation she got in. And Ivory was so mad that she was losing her shit. She was really trying to get to Bad Dolly while Bad Dolly was in that kitchen with a knife. But let me tell you the type of bitch Bad Dolly is. Your ass went in the kitchen with a knife. That was a punk move. Okay. And then on top of that, you stayed in there all night, had the whole cast standing at the door of the kitchen. Natalie, your boss, had to come talk you down. You look like a straight punk, period. And for me, if that was real life, you let yourself get to a point where you didn't fought somebody that's making you give up your life and probably take their life. That shit is wild as fuck. That's some wild stuff to be doing. Like factorial, very wild. So I thought it was weak. That was crazy how Dolly was good before she was with the three. Now she a follower. How crazy was that Big November Scorpio that Bad Dolly went on injury reserve after she fought Russian Cream because after she fought Ivory because she did run out and fight Ivory and I think she got the best of her the second time too. I don't know what she was so scared of. She just scared of the girl. But she did do that, and then she went on injury reserve. So while Ivory is continuously trying to fight her, here she is claiming she's on injury reserve. Then Ivory's grandfather dies, so Ivory has to leave the show because her grandpa dies. She goes, she leaves the show, and all of a sudden, as soon as she leaves, not even 10 minutes later, here goes Bad Dolly fighting. Uh, was it Fauna or was it Co Killer? One of those two with her injury reserve thing on. You waited until after Ivory left. That was the most punk bitch ass shit I ever seen. I could not believe that girl did that. And mind you, I've had to pick and choose my battles before. So I get it. But girl, you did not do that like that. That was so raggedy and the way that it looked and how everybody was pointing it out and she was living in it like, you see what I did. Like, girl, you know how you look? You look crazy. Right. She didn't want the fight. She did not want no pieces of Ivory. So y'all know Ivory ended up quitting the show. Um Ivory ended up quitting in the middle of the show because right, Ivory never came back. Now, here's the thing. Ivory did say that her grandfather died, and I haven't gone to look into those facts. But what I do know is that in the middle of Baddies airing, Ivory appeared on another show, and it happened to pop up on my YouTube, and it's by I think a channel that's like this channel has millions of followers, but I think the channel's called like Untitled or Unknown or something like that. It's something like that. I forget what the channel was called. But Ivory popped up on a whole different reality show with a whole different cast, and she's in a position where she don't have to fight, but she can if she want to. She's kind of like hosting it secondarily with a another dude, with the dude that owns the channel, and it's that they going on boats and doing all kinds of shit like that. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. Ivory also left that show that she was in the middle of, and left in the middle of it and came back in the middle of that show. So I'm trying to figure out what with Ivory, but I do know that yeah, I saw it right, pink, right, a pink onyx cat, a pink onyx cat, got you. Um, yeah, so I don't know what Big Ivory's been up to, but she's moving with the shakers and movers, honey, okay? And what I do know is that she's made a statement recently on live where she was like, "Ain't nobody gonna tell me not to get the bag. I go where the bag at." Like, if somebody's claiming they're gonna pay me more than you, I'm gonna get the fuck on and skedaddle and go do what I do. And you're not gonna keep me limited to just you for a reality show. And so that's what she's been on, and she made herself very clear. And she is to appear on the the next season of the YouTube reality show that is coming out with that guy, with that with that cast that I was telling you about. I don't even. I'm looking forward to her being at the Baddies reunion though. I want to see what she has to say about Bad Dolly, and I want to know if Dolly wants to catch her fade at the reunion. That's what I want to know. I want her to show up. I want her to pop up, show up, do something. Like, but I want to see what you're gonna do. Okay, let's talk about Choco. Man, Choco put it down, man. Choco put that shit down, man. She put it down for her place Africa, for her the origin birthplace. She did her shit. Choco did her shit until she didn't want to no more. You know, she just came. She was like a robot. She just came, fought. She had Africa's back. Called herself a couple bad bitches. Them wigs was, whoa. Those wigs were horrible. We don't want you to wear those anymore, Choco. I hope she get that wig was so thin in the front and so just Lord, I'm like, damn, how you gonna be bald on your wig like that? I can't even focus on you fighting because your damn wig is throwing me. Okay, it's just crazy. Speaking of wigs this season, how many of these fights was behind somebody getting their wig ripped? How Big Lex went crazy about her wig being ripped by Scotty, and how all their wigs was just getting ripped. Girl, just it's just to the point where it's like, bitch, expect your wig to get ripped. Stop wearing all these expensive wigs, maybe to this type of show, and go with the mid grade or something. Do half and half, half weave, or half fake hair and half real hair. Do something like stop thinking that you're not gonna get your wigs ripped if you on a fucking show where you fighting. You know what I'm saying? But Choco's wigs were especially horrible. Oh my god, y'all, wait a minute. Speaking of wigs, when Diamond the Body, even though I don't like it, when Diamond the Body did pull Natalie's whole wig off, and Natalie had three fucking pieces of hair hanging off of her frontal, bitch, I was like, girl, girl, oh girl, that was funny. I'm sorry, but that was so funny. I was like, OMG. Like, you really, wow. All we needed was for Natalie's skirt to come up and for her to be like bald headed with her booty out. Like, what? That was so crazy. I could not believe that she actually did that. It's almost like, okay, so y'all know Diamond the Body got signed to, she got signed to 1501 Entertainment with Carl Crawford, right? The same one that Megan Thee Stallion had to sue, right? So it just seemed like ever since Diamond and Body kind of like knew, I feel like she knew that that was on the table for her because you don't just get signed one day. That's not how it happens, right? So you have to have known that that shit was coming. And I feel like she started to get ahead of herself, and that's why she did that. But it's like, where's the appreciation for the person that actually casted you on the show and brought you back? That's crazy. So Natalie is now saying, "Oh, I want to see my old cast back. I miss Tanisha and I miss this person and that person." And you know what? I'm with it. I'm like, shit. I want to see too. I want to see exactly who's willing to come back from back in the day. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't want them to just fight. I want it to be like a different type of show. They need to figure out something different. They need to have us the same beef texture, and I'm saying texture for a reason, as Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? To where y'all don't have to fight, but y'all just have issues amongst y'all, and it could lead into fights if they're genuine, but that there's real storylines going on, that y'all are showing us into your family life, that you guys are doing something other than just fighting over whatever y'all going through in this house together. Like, what happens outside the house? What events are y'all hosting? What have y'all put together? It needs to have the same texture with the old cast, but that is also willing to fight, um, as Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's just the way that I feel. That's what I feel like is going to bring longevity to the show at this point. It has to have some type of real storylines. They not letting us see their husbands. Half them women from the old cast are married. They not letting us see their husbands. They don't want to bring their children on. They don't, you know what I mean? And it's like you want to be in reality TV, but you don't want to hit us with the reality, which is, bitch, that, bitch, you got a whole life outside of this cast house, and we want to fucking see it. And that is going to give us the huge push that we need to keep that going in a way, like to where you don't have to keep fighting. That's crazy. Okay, Amber Rose's niece name was Marissa Dene. I didn't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I liked LCK. So let me go through this. So I liked Pretty P up until the end. I think Pretty P is a punk. She ran to Natalie for her watch and then would not even have Natalie's back after Natalie was, you know what I'm saying, being snuck on. It just was crazy. I thought that was crazy. Mind you, that girl literally has to invest in that house and all that stuff. She has to invest her own money. So y'all sitting in her shit being disrespectful is crazy to me. Scotty, I don't want her on the show no more. Anna Mac, she don't need to come back no more, even though she ruined a fight. You can't just be like, she's out of control. She need to go. Diamond the Body, like I said, I don't want to say she shouldn't come back because I like Diamond, but I don't think she can fight. I just don't. Ivory Minor. Ivory, okay, so I would like to see Ivory back, but I know she's not going to come back because her ass is either got fired or quit for doing other shows. They haven't made that clear. Rolly, we know Rolly's not coming back. She quit the show, and Natalie said that Rolly stole from her. Um, Pretty P. Oh, I said that. I said I don't think she'd come back. Cold Killer, Fanya, and K Rican, yes, yes, and yes. Bring them back, back, and back several times. I think that the difference between Diamond the Body and maybe some of these other girls is the age range or just the maturity level. I think Cold Killer, Fanya, and K Rican have the perfect dynamic for a show like this. Tavy Baby, I want to see her come back, but I'm scared for Tavy. I don't feel like she can goddamn fight. I just don't. I don't feel like she has it like that. I just don't. The big three, yes, bring them back. Big three, Bad Dolly, Big Lex, and Summer, even though I don't like Summer. But still, even though the fact that they have all fallen out, I think if she brought the big three back and we got the chance to and we get the chance to see they fall out and how that happens and whatever what that dynamic looks like, I think that would be great for TV. I'd love to see that. That's a great storyline. I'd love to see that, and I do want them to come back. Tavy Baby, like I said, I don't know. LCK, no. Russia Cream, no. Choco, can't. Girl, you can't even travel outside the damn country. How in the hell is you gonna come to Baddies USA? Stop the press. Now y'all know how this normally happens, right? Like they usually do like a rollover filming. So I suppose that Natalie only kept the ones that she was going to roll over with and then flew everybody else where they needed to go. So they might already be immediately filming, right? Which I'm sure they are, which means that Big Lex, the big three, the little three, and whomever else is going to be on the cast of Baddies USA didn't even go home. They just went straight into filming for Baddies USA, um, which could be them helping with the auditions or whatever that looks like. Or they could have taken a break. I do know Natalie was like, I don't need no help with the auditions and this, that, and the other, but I doubt it. She's going to have those girls on. She's going to have those girls on there, and they're going to help her. I doubt that she's just going to raw dog those auditions like that. That would be nuts. That would be totally nuts. But we shall see. I'm excited for Baddies USA. I want to see what else Natalie has to bring. Kelly needs to come back. Blueface sister. I think too. I think so too. Big November Scorpio. I'd like to see that too. I can't wait to see what goes on this new season with all of them, with all of the Tashiki and Tasiki. I never can say her name right, and Big Lex, Summer, and the Big Three. I mean, just all of it. I think it's going to be very entertaining. I think Natalie has hit this one right on the head. This is better than just assembling a random ass cast and we don't know, who's what. Oh, did y'all see the Mariah Lynn? That Mariah Lynn was getting her box on, that she was boxing, honey, in order to see if, in order to get ready for the new season. Baddies USA. She's trying to stop the beef between her Puerto Rican sisters, but she is doing a couple of classes, honey, trying to get her hands up. And I'm gonna need you to do just that because she's little as fuck. She's so little, it's ridiculous, girl. What you gonna do, honey? I'm just saying. All right, y'all, let me know what y'all thought about this review. Thank you for those who were present with me, which is Shadhari Ali, Big November Scorpio, Goats, a Pink Onyx Cat, um, a couple of other people whose names are kind of hard for me to read. Jad Agdalahari, I don't know. Vernisha Owens and Man Eats Pants. Thank you guys for being in the chat and interactive with me on the live today. I will holla back at y'all. Peace.